Hey Wellness Waves family. What if the silent stress you're carrying right now is quietly slowing your metabolism, crashing your energy, and throwing your hormones completely out of balance? It's not just in your head, it's breaking the cycle that's keeping you stuck. And today, we're reclaiming total control. Stick with me through every single minute of this deep dive, and you'll walk away with simple, science-backed ways to shield your body, reset your hormones, and finally feel like yourself again. Steady energy, easier fat loss, calm mind, all of it. Welcome back to Wellness Waves, your go-to place for real, actionable health and wellness insights that actually move the needle. I'm Dr. Elias Site, and in video 13 of our series, we're tackling stress sabotage, shield your hormones. If you've been feeling tired no matter how much you sleep, struggling to lose that stubborn belly fat even when you're eating clean, or noticing your mood and motivation tanking while your cycles feel off or your drive is flat, this one is for you. We're going to connect every single dot between everyday stress and your hormones, then hand you the exact layered tools to break free once and for all. Hit that like button if you're ready to protect your health. Drop a comment with the word SHIELD so I know you're here with me, and let's dive all the way in. No fluff, just the deepest value you need. Let's start right where most of us live, that low-level, always-on tension that feels so normal we almost don't notice it anymore. You wake up already thinking about the day's to-do list, your shoulders are tight before you even get out of bed, and by 3 p.m. you're reaching for another coffee just to push through. That's not just being busy, that's your body's ancient stress system running in overdrive in a world it was never designed for. Back when our ancestors faced a saber-toothed tiger, cortisol, the master stress hormone, surged for a few minutes, gave them superhuman speed and focus, then dropped back down once the threat was gone. But today, the tigers never leave. They're in our pockets as notifications, in our inboxes as deadlines, in our minds as worries about money, family, health, the future. And that constant drip of cortisol is quietly rewriting your entire metabolic and hormonal blueprint. Let me walk you through exactly how this sabotage happens, step by step, so you can see yourself in it and know you're not alone, and more importantly, that you can reverse it. First, cortisol and your metabolism. When cortisol stays elevated, it tells your liver to keep pumping glucose into the blood even when you don't need it. At the same time, it makes your muscle and fat cells less sensitive to insulin, the hormone that should be shuttling that sugar where it belongs. The result, blood sugar swings, more fat storage, especially visceral belly fat, and a metabolism that feels like it's stuck in first gear. I've had patients who train hard, eat in a calorie deficit, and still watch the scale refuse to move because hidden cortisol is blocking every effort. One study after another shows this exact pattern. Chronic stress directly predicts slower resting metabolic rate and higher risk of insulin resistance over time. But here's the first piece of good news. Once you lower that cortisol baseline, your metabolism starts responding again, often within weeks. Now let's go deeper into the thyroid connection, because this one surprises so many people. Cortisol interferes with the conversion of T4, the inactive thyroid hormone your thyroid pumps out, into T3, the active form your cells actually use to burn energy. It also ramps up reverse T3, which basically slams the brakes on metabolism, and it can blunt the signal from your pituitary gland that tells the thyroid to produce more in the first place. So even if your labs come back normal, you feel cold all the time, your hair is thinning, your energy is in the basement, and losing weight feels impossible. I see this pattern every single week in clinic. Smart, high-achieving women and men doing everything right, yet their thyroid feels offline because stress is the invisible thief. Then come the sex hormones, estrogen, progesterone, testosterone. Cortisol literally steals the raw building blocks, pregnenolone, that your body would otherwise use to make these. In women, this shows up as irregular or painful cycles, brutal PMS, low libido, and even perimenopause symptoms showing up earlier than expected. In men, it's lower drive, less morning energy, slower muscle recovery, and that foggy, I just don't feel like myself sensation. Across the board, your body is saying survival mode first, reproduction and vitality later. The beautiful part is, when you give your body consistent safety signals, those sex hormones start coming back online naturally. And we can't ignore the brain hormone loop. Chronic cortisol shrinks the hippocampus, your memory center, keeps the amygdala, fear center, on high alert, disrupts deep sleep, and fuels cravings for sugar and salt at night. That 9 p.m. ice cream run isn't weakness, it's your stressed body desperately trying to calm itself with quick dopamine and blood sugar spikes. The emotional roller coaster, the brain fog, the anxiety spikes, all of it is downstream of the same hormone sabotage. I want to pause here for a moment and give you your first real payoff. Right where you are, wherever you're listening, whether you're walking, driving, or sitting on the couch, place one hand on your heart and the other on your belly. Inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4. Hold for 4. Exhale through your mouth for a count of 6. Do that 3 times with me right now. Feel that subtle drop in your shoulders? That's your nervous system getting the first real message, we are safe right now. This 60-second reset is something I teach every single patient because it directly lowers cortisol in real time. You just gave yourself a powerful win. Keep that tool in your pocket. We're going to use it again and again. Now that you see the problem clearly, let's move into the solution side with the same level of depth. We're going to build this in clear layers so every single tool stacks on the last one, and you leave here with a complete system you can start using today. Layer 1. Spot and neutralize your hidden triggers. Most of us have no idea how many microstressors we accumulate in a single day. Endless notifications, blue light at night, blood sugar crashes from skipping meals or eating refined carbs, perfectionism, people-pleasing, even the way we scroll social media comparing ourselves. Start with a simple 7-day audit. Every evening, ask yourself 3 questions out loud. When did my shoulders tighten today? When did my mind start racing? What one thing drained me the most? Write the answers in your phone notes. Awareness alone lowers the baseline cortisol response by about 20 to 30%, according to the research, because once you see the pattern, you can interrupt it.
Here's a practical daily trigger checklist you can screenshot right now. Did I check my phone within 5 minutes of waking? Did I eat within the first hour of waking or wait too long? Did I have more than 2 cups of coffee before noon? Did I sit for more than 90 minutes without standing and moving? Did I expose myself to bright lights after 8 p.m.? Each yes is an opportunity. For every trigger you catch, immediately do the 4-4-6 breath we just practiced. That's how you start breaking the cycle. Layer 2. Fuel your body like it's on your team. Nutrition is one of the fastest ways to shield your hormones because what you eat either calms cortisol or throws gasoline on it. Focus on blood sugar stability first. Every meal should have protein, 25 to 40 grams, healthy fat, and fiber-rich carbs. Think wild-caught salmon with roasted broccoli and avocado, or a big Greek yogurt bowl with berries, chia seeds, and a sprinkle of cinnamon. These combinations keep insulin steady and prevent the cortisol spikes that happen when blood sugar crashes. Specific foods that act as natural cortisol buffers. Leafy greens and cruciferous vegetables, they support estrogen detox and give you magnesium. Berries and citrus, vitamin C directly helps lower cortisol. Fatty fish and walnuts, omega-3s reduce inflammation and support brain hormone balance. Dark chocolate, 70% cacao or higher, in a 1-ounce serving after dinner. It boosts serotonin and calms the nervous system. Herbal teas like chamomile, tulsi, or lemon balm in the evening. Cut or dramatically reduce added sugars, ultra-processed snacks, and caffeine after 1 p.m. if you're cortisol sensitive. Instead of that afternoon latte, try a golden milk turmeric latte with almond milk and a pinch of black pepper. The curcumin in turmeric has been shown in studies to support healthy cortisol rhythms. Let me give you a full day of hormone-shielding meals so you can start tomorrow. Breakfast, 3 eggs scrambled with spinach, tomatoes, and feta, plus half an avocado. Mid-morning snack, a handful of almonds and an apple. Lunch, grilled chicken or tempeh salad with mixed greens, cucumber, olives, olive oil, and lemon. Afternoon reset, the 4-4-6 breath plus a magnesium-rich snack, pumpkin seeds, and a square of dark chocolate. Dinner, baked wild salmon, quinoa, and a huge pile of steamed broccoli with garlic and ghee. Evening wind down, chamomile tea with a teaspoon of raw honey if you need a little sweetness. Eat this way consistently, and within 10 to 14 days, most people report steadier energy and fewer cravings. That's your metabolism thanking you. Layer 3. Move in ways that heal instead of harm. Exercise is medicine, but the dose matters. Long, frantic cardio sessions can actually raise cortisol further if you're already stressed. Instead, choose movement that feels good and builds resilience. Aim for 20 to 30 minutes most days of moderate activity. Brisk walking outside in nature, the best cortisol lowerer on the planet. Gentle yoga flows, swimming, or strength training with full rest days built in. A sample weekly movement plan that protects hormones. Monday, 30-minute nature walk plus 10 bodyweight squats and push-ups. Tuesday, rest or gentle yoga. Wednesday, strength session, 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps of squats, rows, and overhead presses. Thursday, 20-minute swim or dance session for joy. Friday, light walk plus mobility work. Weekend, 1 longer hike or fun activity that lights you up. The key is consistency without obsession. Movement should leave you energized, not drained. After every session, do a quick cool-down breath practice. It seals the benefits and keeps cortisol from spiking. Layer 5. Mind-body tools and the power of daily calm. Stress isn't just external, it's how we interpret the world. Daily practices rewire that. Start with 5 to 10 minutes of mindfulness or breath work every morning. I love the simple box breath. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. Repeat 10 times. Or try a quick body scan. Mentally check in with each part of your body and release tension on the exhale. Journaling is another powerhouse. Every night write, "Today I felt stressed when, and here's what I did differently." Over time, you'll see patterns and celebrate progress. These small practices compound faster than you expect. Layer 6. When to consider targeted support. For many people, lifestyle is enough, but if you've been stuck for months, evidence-backed adaptogens can help bridge the gap. Ashwagandha, KS66 form, 300 to 600 milligrams daily, has multiple studies showing it lowers cortisol by up to 30% while improving sleep and thyroid markers. Rhodiola or holy basil are other gentle options. Always run it by your doctor, especially if you're on medication or have thyroid issues. But in my practice, these have been safe and effective for the majority when used alongside the foundations we've covered. Let's pause again for another payoff moment. Take a deep breath with me right now. Inhale calm. Exhale any tension you're holding. Place your hand on your heart and say quietly, "I am choosing to protect my hormones today. I am safe." Feel that? You just created another small but real shift. These micro wins are how lasting change happens. Layer 7. Your complete 30-day hormone shielding plan. Week 1, focus only on the 4-4-6 breath and the daily trigger audit. Week 2, add blood sugar stable meals and cut afternoon caffeine. Week 3, layer in daily movement and the evening wind-down ritual. Week 4, introduce 1 adaptogen if appropriate and daily journaling. Track how you feel each Sunday. Energy on a 1 to 10 scale, sleep quality, mood stability, any changes in weight or cravings. Most people see noticeable shifts by day 14 and dramatic improvements by day 30. That's not hype. That's what happens when you stop the sabotage and give your body what it actually needs. I've walked hundreds of patients through this exact path. Sarah, a 42-year-old executive, came in exhausted, 25 pounds heavier than she wanted, with irregular cycles and zero libido. We started with the breath reset and meal framework. Within 3 weeks, her energy came back, she lost 8 pounds without trying harder, and her cycles regulated. By month 2, she was sleeping through the night and felt like herself again. Her labs showed cortisol down, thyroid markers improved, and testosterone back in range. Stories like hers are why I do this work.
You now have the full blueprint, not just information, but a complete, actionable system that solves the root problem instead of chasing symptoms. The stress that's been silently slowing your metabolism and disrupting your hormones doesn't have to win anymore. You have the tools, you have the knowledge, and you have the power to start right now. So there you have it, the deepest, most complete guide to beating stress, protecting your hormones, and reclaiming your metabolism. You now know exactly why it's happening and precisely how to fix it, layer by layer, day by day. Which tool from today are you committing to first? Drop it in the comments right now. Breath reset, blood sugar meals, 30-day plan, ashwagandha trial, or whatever lights you up. Your comment might be the exact encouragement someone else scrolling needs today. If this episode gave you even one valuable shift, please smash that like button. It helps the algorithm share this life-changing information with more people who need it. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the next deep dive in our series. We're building this wellness journey together, wave by wave, one calm, intentional choice at a time. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for spending this full 120+ minutes with me. You showed up for your health today, and that matters more than you know. You've got this. I'll see you in the next video where we tackle another hidden health saboteur. Until then, breathe easy, move kindly, eat with love, and protect those precious hormones. Take care, stay well, and I'll talk to you soon.